Hi, welcome. I thought I would do a series on the colours available, or colouring options available within Stampin' Up. It's one of my favourite aspects of Stampin' Up, not only the quality but all the colours that you can use and so many different options of product that you can use as well to create beautiful colouring. So I thought I would start off with the basic, the first one that you think about, and that is the ink pad and the ink colorings and the different things you can do with that. We have a huge, whoops, I just get that out of the way. Whoops, don't want that cord hanging over, do we? We have a huge selection of colors, absolutely huge. Just love how everything also coordinates with our papers, our cardstock, with our Stampin' Blends, everything. We're of course just for this video looking at the ink, which is the second row along, but as you can see it coordinates with everything else. And there are so many different collections, the brights, neutrals, regals, subtles, basics, and our in colors. So we have a colour for everybody in here that you would like. So just love them. So let's have a look. I'll pop that away. So I picked this beautiful pink ink pad to just show you. So this is Polished Pink, one of our new in colours. And they come like this. And one of the great things about the ink pad is that when you click it open, you push it in and you've got your pad, but when you actually close it, I don't know if you notice that, but it stores upside down. And this is how you want to store your ink pad, so it keeps the pad nice and moist. And Stampin' Up have designed these to do just that when you close it. So that is our ink pad. And with the ink pad or the ink comes a refill. You can use that to top up this ink pad or to use this for some watercoloring, which I'll show you in a moment. We also have pens. These are great for coloring in or using on stamps to add a bit of different color. So this is what the ink comes in, so all these three things. So of course you don't have to have them all, but it is always great to get a refill for an ink pad in case they discontinue that color and you love it and you want to be able to top that up. Okay, let's start off with some different ways to use your ink. Okay, so this obviously the most standard thing is, as I'm sure you realize, just ink up, you know, with your stamp on the block and to stamp, just like that, easy. So that is one of the most simplest way to use your stamp pad. Now you have other options with this. You have, let me have a look, I'll show you what I'm going to use. I've got another one here. So there's two things you can do with this. You can use your daubers. Now these are daubers. So these are just like foam ends to these. And you can use ink spots. So this is another way for your ink to come on a pad, is just these little spots, which are fantastic for, you know, taking away or just using for different small things. They're quite good on a stamper artist as well. It means you don't get so much ink all over your plate sometimes. So you can use the dauber, for example, if you want to just ink up some of this word and not all of this word. You can, there's two ways. So we'll do this one like so. And then I just want to dauber up the, actually I might do that one in the navy blue. And just put the navy blue on there. And by putting the tape on first, it means I'm not getting that colour on that other writing. Then you peel that off and you see that that other wording is now clear. So you could stamp that and go back and cover up the bottom and stamp that again. It's great if you wanted to do this in two different areas, like split the words up. If you still wanted to keep them together, then another way you can use is the Stampin Writes, which is the same color ink. So you've already inked up the bottom. So you're going to go in now with your Stampin Write and color the top one in. Now you do need to just huff on it to moisten it up again. And then you've got two colors on your stamp. As easy as that. So easy. And another thing you can do with your ink spots is just use them as a coloring tool. So you can just use them to swipe across as a color. And this is the blue. This makes a beautiful textured background. Just like that. Looks like big paintbrushes, big paintbrush swipes. Or that could be wooden planks, which is fantastic. Okay, so moving on to using the ink to watercolor. So I've got some shimmery paper here, and I have got an aqua brush. Now you can either use your re-inker and put it on a block or something like that and use it from there, or you can just squeeze. You have to do it from behind. Squeeze on the back of your pad and get a little bit of ink onto the lid. And then just using this is the fat brush. I call this the fat brush. It's the widest one. Just wet up your paper a little bit and always just pull some off. You always want to start lighter and get darker and then just add the colour. And you can get darker and darker as you wish. And that is using it to watercolor. Absolutely beautiful. I love watercolored backgrounds. I'll show you some samples soon. So that's as easy as that to create watercolored backgrounds. And then another favorite of mine is blending. So this is using, I just closed the stamp pad. This is using the beautiful blending brushes that we have and the ink pads, and you're just going to take up the ink onto your pad. You always wipe in one direction and then always come off on something before you start, and then you just gently bring your color on and build up. So another way to add color. There is just so many ways you can use these ink pads and ink themselves. So very, very versatile. Okay, so this was all about ink pads. I'll do part 2, but let me show you some examples of what I have created doing some of these techniques. Okay, so this one is a Christmas card that I just created a circle and then blended the background with balmy blue, I think it was, and with just a card that had a circle cut out and created a circle. So really easy but really effective in creating a lovely background. This is blending, a little bit of white ink on that, but I can probably get that off. This is blending on an already pre-coloured cardstock. This was Pear Bazaar, so same colour and adding darker ink to get a really good light to dark background. But the great thing about this is these trees are clear embossed on this, so the Pear Bazaar's green stays on these trees and comes through no matter what colour you put over top. And the same, this is Christmas, and the same sort of thing I've done there. I have used, actually no, I used white cardstock for this and covered it in blue, but I have white embossed the trees and then stamped darker trees in the background to give that depth. And this is another one. We had this beautiful sheep stamp set, and this is just blending once again dark to light with the different inks to give a different look. Okay, and you can also do quite different things as well, blending all the different colours to give quite a different mixed look on your project. Okay, so watercolouring. This is one of the new stamp sets that are coming up, and I have watercoloured this with the inks. So just straight watercolouring, stamped with Stays On and watercoloured. And another one here. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. So that also is watercolouring. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little bit of an overview on the inks and what you can do with them. I'm sure people have found a lot more amazing things as well, but this is generally what I would use my inks for. So I will finish this one and look out for part 2, and I'll share another colouring technique with you.